Sup guys, it's MVP Brody 93, John Brody, subscribe, you know the deal. Um, this idea just popped into my head. I mean, I've told people about it. When I'm discussing movies with some people I know, this movie is like, it's kind of like a controversial topic. I want to talk about a movie that I think for some reason critically and around like other people, I think it's one of the most overly hated movies of all time. No, okay, let me say it for you that. Hated on, you know? And I think the name of that movie is 2006 Crash. Now, I've seen the movie, I think, 2 times. It's a solid 4 out of 5 for me. It's a good movie. They say it's a passion piece. It's um, like it's one of those movies where one thing affects something that happens, and then another part of the movie affects that, and goes back and forth, and it like affects different aspects of the thing. And then something that would happen early in the movie affects the next guy at the end. That's what I remember, and that's what the format is. You know, it's a good movie from what I saw. You know, it's in Los Angeles. It talks a lot about racial things, racial tensions in that thing. You know, I remember the ending part where the girl was in the car and it's getting ready to burn up, and it's the same white cop. I think it was a black woman. The same white cop that felt her up, doing like a pat down, and she didn't want to get. He was trying to pull her out, but she didn't want him to do that, and she ended up getting pulled out later. But that happening to her early in the movie almost affected her decision whether to live or die later in the movie. Um, the thing about Crash is it won Best Picture. They say surprisingly one of the most shocking Best Pictures ever. I mean, Jack Nicholson gave it out and he gasped. Everyone in the audience gasped because they were so sure that Brokeback Mountain was going to win. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, Crash is garbage. It sucked. It's an after school special. I don't want to see that. It's the worst Best Picture ever. Now, is it the worst Best Picture ever? No. For example, in my opinion, it's not. It's better than, let's say, Chicago that won Best Picture almost 10 years ago. It's better than that movie. It's better in my opinion than Forrest Gump, which won Best Picture in 1995. You know, um, it's better than quite a few movies. It's not a bad movie. It's better than every movie that came out in 2011. I'll give it that. You know. Um, So a lot of backlash has gone to that movie. I know a lot of people. There's a lot of people that hate that movie. I think the number one reason is because they're just mad or salty that it lost. It won over Brokeback Mountain, which a lot of people thought that it was going to win. Well, booked it to win. I think Roger Ebert was the only one person that picked it to win. I didn't see all the films that year. I never seen Brokeback Mountain. I'm never going to see it. But of the films that I saw in 2005 and 2006, around that time, that was basically the best one I ever saw. So you know, I thought Crash was a good movie. Looking back, it's a good, solid movie. I'm not gonna keep watching it over and over again, but it was solid. Um, yeah. So the number one reason I think people are mad is because of the Brokeback Mountain thing. They were just salty that Brokeback Mountain lost. They didn't think it was gonna lose and to Crash. So I think they were so mad that somebody that might have watched Brokeback Mountain, watched Crash, and actually thought Crash was a good movie, ended up hating on Crash later because they were so mad that Brokeback Mountain won. Um, you know what? Tell me what you think. I never seen Brokeback Mountain, so I'm not gonna compare them. I never said it should win, but I think that's the number one reason people think it over. I mean, hate on it later when it turned out it was a good movie. Um, so just tell me what you think. Have you seen Crash? What did you think about it in 2006? What do you think about it now? Was it overrated then? Is it underrated now? Was it always a bad movie? Me personally, it was always a 4 out of 5 movie. I really don't understand how you can think it's a bad movie. I mean, Norbit is a bad movie. Another example of a bad movie. Um, all the American Pies after the wedding, bad movies. Crash is not a bad movie. At worst, it's a solid movie. Whether you think it deserved the Oscar or not doesn't mean you guys should hate on it. You know. So, tell me what you think. It's MVP Brody 93. Inbox me, comment on the page, and that's it.